Hi everybody, it's Rexanna with Garden of Herbs, TX. Today I thought I would come on and I would shoot a video, and basically what this video is going to be about I'm going to look at my notes, how to use common everyday household herbs in a medicinal form. And I'm going to start with just some of the herbs that I have. And I say herbs, this is going to be what a lot of you don't call herbs. They're going to be herbs slash spices. And I thought of recently, some people have some of these in their kitchen cabinet. They use these spices. I'm going to try to remember to say spices. I always say herbs. But this is spices that you commonly have in your kitchen cabinet. And these are like everybody that I know growing up. And most of the time we don't think of them to use them in a medicinal form. So moving and everything got me to think about it because I got a sore throat. In the last video, y'all probably noticed I was going and I was like coughing, and I still have a little bit of a cough. I kind of still feel like I got a little frog in the back of my throat. I still have to clear my throat a little bit, and it's mainly in the morning. Moving from one climate to another climate, you get adapted to the environment. And if you're an allergy sufferer like I am, I have had to adapt to my new environment. So I had a lot of allergies spring back up, and right now things are changing, again, because we're getting ready for the fall. So things are kind of calming down. My asthma is kind of transforming some things that in this time of year, most of the time, my allergies will clear up in one way, but in another way, they when it gets really dense, I get to where I can't breathe. So I have to usually get an inhaler out. In the spring, I'm fine. It's opposite for some people because we're all different, but I've been doing a lot better in the other sense. And then the other way, I'm not doing as bad because I've gotten my mullein and my M&M, which is what I use to dry myself up. It's called mullein and marshmallow tincture out, and I've been doing that. I've been doing some better, but my allergies, you have to take care and do precautionary things, preventative things, I'll say, to get yourself back in harmony. When your body gets out of balance, we have to do these things to get back in balance. But I had to use some of my everyday common household herbs because I had a lot of other herbs that were packed away. So that got me to thinking I'm going to do a teaching on common everyday household herbs to help most people that just have it in their kitchen cabinet. They can be informed on this. And plus I got some exciting news. So anyway, let's start off with sage, because I had to use sage, and sage is very medicinal. It's very helpful in a lot of ways, and I was really excited to use sage. Now, we all have this for once a year. It's in our kitchen cabinet for what is the holiday that's coming up for Thanksgiving, right? So most people, now I had to order some of this because my sage was very small, and I went online and I ordered this amount because I knew the holidays were coming, and plus I needed to use it in a bigger way. And I normally do use it in a bigger way because of being an herbalist. I know I can use it for different different things, and I'll go over that. So sage is really good for sore throats, and it's anti-inflammatory. So anything that's in the throat that's inflamed, and I had an inflamed throat. And it's drying. If you have a runny nose, it's going to dry up your runny nose. And most people that don't want to use other herbs will use sage because they know sage will dry them up really fast. So it's a decongestant, it's an antibacterial, which is really good, and it's a defungal, which defungs when it's taking care of one area, it'll take care of the other area. So you can use it to help you with your fungus problems with your feet. Like if you want to use it in sage and like an essential oil, or if you just want to use it as a foot bath, you can get rid of your fungus on your feet. Okay. Now, if you have a plant and you want to take those leaves off, crush them up, and make you a tea and put it in the water, and you don't have the oil, that's fine. You can take 3 or 4 tea baths with your feet, and it will help with the itchiness in your feet, and drink the tea as well. So it's really good. It can help with many ways: cough, colds, allergies, like I said, athlete's foot. If you have just like a scrape on your arm or something, and you want to lay the leaves, make like a little poultice, you can put it on there and it'll help that area as well. Now, this is everyday common sage. You don't have to go out there and go hunting in the wild or anything like that. This is your common everyday sage that you buy at the grocery store. And this is just common Salvia officinalis. This is something that I bought with Star West Botanicals. And this is your everyday common sage. Now, the reason that I bought this is because I used and drank quite a bit of it. And it did dry me up, and it did take care of my throat. Okay? Now, there is also the Spanish sage, which is, I can't say it, but it's Salvia lavanderifolia. It's a Chinese sage. A Chinese sage, I really can't say it, but I will spell it. Salvia, Miltirrhiza. It's to treat the declining mental function and memory loss conditions such as Alzheimer's and dementia, which I thought that was really interesting. Now, these universities have been doing studies on sage, and a lot more findings, and you can look that up, and it also helps combat obesity and menopause. So there's different properties that sage helps with, and I could go on, but I want to get to my next herb because of the time that I'm allowed on YouTube. I can't go over all the things, so I'm just going to hit or miss a couple things. The plant is really good. You can grow it in your garden, and it can come back year after year. It depends on where you live, whether it's a perennial or an annual. Okay, so that is that with sage. The next one I want to, you can feast your eyes on the one and only rosemary, which is the powerhouse, which we know that rosemary smells awesome. And if you have the essential oil, you know it's great for memory. It's great for uplifting your mood. And you know that I love rosemary. I think a lot of people love rosemary. The essential oil, because I'm not an aromatherapist, I will just say this, that you do need to be careful which essential oil that you get, because there's one that will lift your mood, there's one that will suppress your mood. So it depends on what you're wanting to do. I suggest that you consult with an aromatherapist, because there is one that and I don't have the information in front of me. I do know that according to a study that they've done, if you're not buying the right one, and if you just go onto any website, you can get the wrong one. You want to get the right one. If you're in there and you're wanting to be uplifted, you need to get the right essential oil for the right. But we're talking about herbs right now. So the right herb is very anti-inflammatory. It's antioxidant. It's an essential for such things as iron, calcium, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin B6. It's great for helping fighting old age. That's what I really love about it. I call it the evil one. I hate growing old. And so it helps improve your circulation. I've got rosemary like this. I've got rosemary essential oil. I've got rosemary, the plant. I have like two of the rosemary plants. I cook with rosemary because, and you can put this in your olive oil, and you can stick these sprigs in olive oil and let them marinate together, let them infuse together, stick them on a sunny windowsill, and you have got a really good cooking oil, really do. And you know, it's good for chicken, it's good for beef, it's good for fish. Rosemary is just good all the way around. Plus, you know, it's good for your hair. You can infuse it with vinegar and some other herbs, and it's great for not just your memory, it's good for helping your hair thicken up. I mean, I could go on and on. It helps boost your, you know, it helps just boost your overall alertness. You know, you can diffuse it in a diffuser. They are starting to find out, because it's an antimicrobial, which antimicrobial kills all the little bugs, seen and unseen. But they're finding out that it is great as a preservative. People in restaurants, you know, they've got it now where they really like it, because, you know, when they have to set food out to serve people, this is through the NIH website, which is the National, I think that's National Library. Yes, that's the library. They have found out that the properties found in it fight against certain harmful bacteria. So the extracts that are being used in our food, it's preservative, which helps stop the bacteria growth. So they are finding out, just doing all these studies on rosemary, just how powerful it is. So when I read that, I thought, you know what, this just confirms all the wonderful things that I feel and I think about rosemary. So, and next on to the next herb is thyme. Now this is an organic, you can do it crushed, you can do it fresh. My thyme I left back at my other house because it was growing into my garden bed, and it will continue to crawl on the ground. If you know anything about thyme, when you grow thyme, thyme just grows and crawls and creeps. And so for me to pick it up and bring it with me, it would just have been impossible. So I just buy the organic thyme. Right now it's dried. When it gets ready, I'll start growing thyme in my garden here. And so I don't have, I mean, to have a plant indoors is, I just don't know how that would work. So anyway, creepy crawly thyme, you know, you just get it and you just dry it. And I guess you could grow it indoors, but you'd have to have a flower bed or some sort of flat bed, because thyme grows, it creeps, it crawls. So anyway, you can get some thyme. There's the thyme that kind of, oh, I'm thinking of oregano. I'm not even thinking right. Thyme, you could get sprigs of thyme. I wasn't even thinking right. And you could put it in honey. That's a really good way. I love to smell of thyme. Thyme is really a good herb. I don't even know how it smells in here. It smells really good. Yeah, it smells really good even if it's dried. But it has to be organic. I mean, for it to have like some medicinal properties, I would think it has to be organic. So anyway, thyme, you could put it in honey, and there you have something else good for your throat. Again, it's great for headaches. It's great for sore throats, blood pressure. It'll boost your mood also. And I'm getting to where my throat's bothering me again. It's great for food poisoning. Anti-cancer properties. Okay, so when you talk about thyme, to me, you also go into talking about oregano. And I think I was talking about oregano when I was talking about the creepy crawly stuff. I love oregano, and I grow oregano and I grow thyme, and I usually grow them pretty close to each other. They're great for controlling pests in your garden. Let me just say that. Thyme is great as a natural diuretic, and also vitamin A and vitamin C are commonly taken for sore throats, colic, arthritis, upset stomach, diarrhea, stomach pain, bedwetting, and is known to help with bronchitis and whooping cough. So if you've got anything going on in the coughing area, you definitely want to take this as well. And so if you're like having any problems and you don't have any herbs on hand, think again. Just go to your kitchen cabinet and pull these things out. That's why I'm doing this video, because I'm thinking to myself, most people I know, and you're thinking to yourself, I don't even know how to do this. Well, you know what? If you got one of these little strainers it's called a sifter, pour some of these in here, boil your water, and honey, let me tell you, all you have to do is do a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of spices or herbs. And then let me tell you, just pour your hot water over this. You could steep it. I would steep it probably for about 3 to 4 minutes to get a lot of that really good property. The property, because it's a dry herb and you want to steep it. You know, you could put a little saucer. You could put a saucer you could put like some sort of little saucer over this and let that herb kind of go over this coffee cup and let all that stuff, the hot water, bounce back down into your cup, because you want every bit of goodness to go back down into that cup. And you say to yourself, wasn't the hot water just good enough? Well, you're gonna have it go back down into that cup. So all your goodness from your thyme or your sage or your rosemary, 3 to 5 minutes, it's not gonna hurt you, because your hot water is gonna stay hot and you're gonna want it to kind of cool off a little bit anyway. You could put honey inside there if you don't like honey. You could just put sugar. I recommend organic cane sugar. Or me, I love stevia. I love stevia. So any of that would be good. So, and if you're like me, I've got one of these. I put all my stuff in here and I put it down there and I wait for it like about 5 minutes, and then you're good to go. But if you don't have anything else, this right here is what I used to do all my stuff with. My little flour sifter, and I was good. And I didn't worry about it. I just put a little saucer over it. And my granny had one of these. It's an old timer. You put your stuff in there, and you put it down in your cup, pour your hot water, put your saucer on top, and you're good to go. 3 to 5 minutes. If you just can't wait, just give it 3 minutes. 4, 5 minutes is the best. Okay, so that's how you do it, okay? Because you're thinking to yourself, you know, I got ground up thyme, not a problem. Put your grounds in there and let it soak to the bottom. It doesn't matter. Stir it up, put your honey in there, and just drink the top. When you see the grounds in the bottom, just go pour some more water on it. I did that, and it didn't bother me none. If you get a little bit down in your throat, don't worry about it. Just swallow it. Drink some water. Something, it's not gonna hurt you. So let's move on to the next. Or oregano is really good for respiratory tract, such as asthma, coughing, GI disorders, heartburn, bloating, UTIs, headache. You're getting that one for free. Okay, so let's go on and talk about ginger. I got ginger here, ground up. This one is organic. I think I bought this at a big box store. This one is my favorite way to do ginger. I love ginger. I don't know what it is about ginger. It's sweet, it's savory, it's like, I'm really cold-blooded. I mean, I'm really cold-blooded. I can take this and make me some tea after every meal. I love ginger. I'm still cold-blooded, but it will warm you up. It's really good after every meal. It's really good in the morning. It's really ginger and some lemons. Yum yum. And some honey. Yum yum. I've known people put cinnamon, lemon, honey, and ginger. I put this with my applesauce. You can crush it up. You can put it in a blender, crush it up. I put this. I mean, any way I can make ginger tea, I'm gonna make me some ginger tea. I buy ginger tea. I just love ginger. I love, love, love ginger. I used to be in love with peppermint because it was really good for your stomach. It's really good for it's just good. There's all kinds of ways to prepare ginger. Ginger is an antiviral. It's an analgesic. It's an antibacterial. It's an antiemetic. It's an antifungal. Anti-inflammatory. It's a carminative, which means it'll relieve gas. That's probably why I love ginger. It's an antispasmodic. It's a circulatory, which means it helps warm up the body. It just circulatory. It just helps everything. I'm in love with ginger. It's a circulatory stimulant. It's an immune stimulant. It will stimulate your immune system to get it to work and to get it to function. And it's a synergic. And I can't go into everything. All I can tell you is incorporate ginger into your diet. The energy is both warming and cooling. And I don't think I've even started talking about the energy of all these herbs. But let me just tell you something. If you have a body that is cool, if you have a body that's hot, it doesn't matter. Get you some ginger. My husband is kind of hot. I'm cold. We both love ginger because it works both on both body types. So anyway, the best thing to do is if you're on, I will tell you this, if you're taking some sort of blood thinner, okay, if you have to take something like, I don't know, the doctor said your blood's all sticky and you got to take something to thin out your blood, okay, then you need to tell him, I'm going to start taking ginger. You may need to take just a little bit of ginger or just drink maybe some. Ginger is real watery. I mean, tea is real water. It's a water-based, so it's going to run straight through you. It helped me control my bladder spasms. And that's why you most generally have to take it every day. He may say, the tea might be okay, 1 cup of tea a day, and we'll see how you do. He may say something like that. And then they may want to test your blood. But you know what? That might be a starting point for you. But it may not affect you at all. But you need to talk to your doctor about it. Because any type of blood thinners, it says avoid it until like you get your platelet count down or whatever, or get your platelet tested. So to me, I've done this before on different herbs with the medication that I have to take, and ended up not affecting me at all, and then been able to get off medication. So, and my husband too. My husband has had to get off medication because he swapped out the herb for the medication. But everybody has to work with their doctor. They can't just do it on their own, okay? So that's the name of the game. Work with your doctor, okay? All right, back to the benefit. It's great for nausea. A lot of people will just put a little bit in their pocket and wrap it up in some sort of something, and then they get on an airplane or whatever, and it works great for nausea. It's great for vomiting. Mothers who are pregnant, drink it or chew on it. You can make some sort of candy out of it. David Hoffman, who's a medical herbalist, recommends infusing tea or making some sort of capsule or buying the capsules. They have it. Never leave home without it. And that's what I'll say, because I take it everywhere with me. It's an antiviral, and the greatest thing is it does help with respiratory systems, colds, flus. It's great for reducing a fever in the body. Ginger helps to alleviate chills accompanying the fever. Works on the digestive tract, which is why I take it. After drinking this tea and fighting the bacteria and viruses that are very many, studies have found that it is great with the big viruses like Epstein-Barr, and it also helps the herpes virus. So I would definitely make a tea out of it. If you want some of the recipes that I have, you can contact me. Okay, so we're not going to go over this next page because of time's sake. I'm running really short. One of the ones that I'm going to leave you with, I was going to talk about garlic, but I'm running really short on time. I'm going to leave you with cinnamon. You can get these cinnamon granulars, which is my favorite. You can infuse these in oil. Sorry about my dog. My dog's going crazy. My husband has just gotten home. You can infuse those with olive oil or whatever kind of really safe, good oil that is going to be infused, and you have a really good oil. This is the organic granulars cinnamon, and it is kosher, and this cinnamon is the cinnamon bermammen. The benefits of cinnamon is warming and has been around for thousands of years. I actually did some research on cinnamon, and it is a biblical herb. It has been back since before Yeshua was born. So they have ranked this spice as #1 out of the 26 most popular herbs in the world. In terms of its protective antioxidant level, it is antifungal and anti-diabetic properties. You hear a lot of people that have diabetes say, oh, I take cinnamon and it controls my highs and lows. And I've even seen a lot of diabetics that will have a little peppermint or cinnamon stick in their mouth. And the two most common kinds is Scillion and Cassia. Cassia is the kind that you buy most commonly at the grocery store, and I did not really see, like when I went to the grocery store, the last couple of trips I've been, I haven't really seen that they even have it labeled what kind of cinnamon it is. But the true kind, the kind that has a lot of medicinal properties, is Scillion, and it's the harder kind to buy. But anyway, it helps stabilize your blood sugars. It's great in smoothies. It's great for oatmeal. I love it in my oatmeal. And it preserves the brain function, the cell damage. They are currently being done right now. They don't have any of the studies out that I could see. They're trying to get enough people studies done. It's high in antioxidants, and they have cinnamon oil, which stimulates the immune system, fights off parasites, and helps stimulate libido. So it does prevent candida, and is shown to be an antifungal. And in some cinnamon, it prevents the high dangerous kind of candida, which is shown to, the overgrowth of candida can lead to the digestive disorders along with the autoimmune disorders. So anyway, two things that I was wanting to leave you with is the cinnamon oil can be applied on your in a small little dish. It can be applied with some honey. You can rub it together after you've mixed it together and apply it to your acne. We all know, like, manuka honey and cinnamon, it's very high in antiviral and antibacterial, and then you apply it to your face and it's good for fighting off, like, you know, you see people that have a lot of real red, and it's good to fight off, like, you see people that are on antibiotics and stuff like that. This is like a high concentration, and then you wash it off. I've heard great results from people. Also, it is in a circular motion. You leave the face dry. You don't put anything on after that. It's also, you make a paste, a toothpaste, and it helps tighten up the gums and fresh the breath. So I'll leave you with that. I'm running kind of behind. I do want to leave you with an announcement. Okay, please subscribe to my channel. I have some exciting things coming up. I've got some new classes coming up, and I am working on a website. So please share this video. I know I've ran past my time. I hope YouTube lets me upload and download this video. I am very excited. This is a new chapter in my life, and I hope you hit that subscribe button. I hope that you like this video. I hope that you tell all your friends, because Garden of Herbs TX is moving really. I'm very excited about what's coming up. I will be having a website. I'm working with somebody currently right now who is helping me move forward to where we can have a great time with the videos that I post. They're not just going to be going out there to nowhere. I will be having classes where people can sign up and people can join up and really start learning something, and I won't have to be rushed. And so please subscribe to my channel. Please, this is the time like never before. I am very excited. I will be trying to post my videos and getting them uploaded every Tuesday. So be watching for every Tuesday. And I know this one is going to be a little bit late, but I'm going to try to get them before noon posted every Tuesday. And for now, that's all. You guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. God bless.